Hey everyone, this is Stephen Strong at Cast Iron Cookware, where you can find information to help you better collect, restore, and use cast iron cookware. Today I'm going to be sharing a little bit of information on my Easy Beezy cast iron seasoning, also the different sizes and packaging. First of all, Easy Beezy is a blend of beeswax and grapeseed oil. The beeswax is a commercial cosmetic grade beeswax, really clean, extra filtered. Also, the grapeseed oil is a cold pressed grapeseed oil. No chemicals or heat was involved in expressing the oil. So it's a really clean oil that I get from Napa Valley. Really great stuff. The packaging is a biodegradable packaging. I do have a plastic shrink wrap to keep it sealed while it's being delivered, and if it's on the shelf at the store or whatever. But either way, you start off, basically you just ripped the seal. It's got a perforated, so there's not a whole lot of work involved. You can hear the little zip, nice little sound right there. And you just take off the cap. And it's a push-up tube. This one right here is my 3.8. And you can see it says on the bottom, push up here. So you just take your finger and give it a push. There you go, really simple. Now, I have had people say that it has a problem of falling back down in there, but you can see, not really a problem. Maybe after you tap it a little bit. Okay, so if you do have a problem of it sliding back down while you're trying to use it, there is a solution to that. Anytime you're working in the kitchen or on the grill, you're always going to have access to paper towels. And all you do is take a paper towel or a piece of one, roll it up in a ball, shove it up in the bottom of it, and you now have a spacer that's going to keep it from falling back down in there. And then when you get to the point where your finger is not long enough to keep going, then it works also as a spacer. It looks good on the countertop. Also, you can store this in the freezer indefinitely and use it as you need it if you buy in bulk. And if you would like to, you can also store it in the refrigerator. That way it will have more longevity. But myself, I just leave it on the stovetop. It looks good and never had a problem with it. Easy Beezy cast iron seasoning comes in 4 sizes. We have the 2.2, the 3.8, 7.5, and the 13 ounce. Also, I do want to say there is a huge difference between net weight and fluid ounce. So in order to get the right sizing on my graphics, I had to do a lot of testing. So whenever I started testing, I didn't realize there was a difference between net weight and fluid ounces. I've learned since then that beeswax and oil weighs less than water. You get more volume per weight. With all that said, the 2.2 ounce actually has 2.6 ounces of Easy Beezy. The 3.8 ounce actually has 4.3 ounces in net weight of Easy Beezy. The 7.5 actually has 8.7 ounces of Easy Beezy. And the large 13 ounce actually has 15.2 ounces of Easy Beezy. So I did a little bit of miscalculation. You're the one that's going to benefit from that. So if you're only going to be doing maintenance on a few pieces, the 2.2 is perfect. That's all you're going to need. As long as you're using your cast iron and keeping it looking nice, all it's going to take is a 2.2 ounce, and a little goes a long ways, and it will last you a long time. Now, if you're doing a little bit more, doing a lot of cooking, and you have a lot of pieces to keep looking nice, the 3.8 is the perfect size. Now, if you do a lot of seasoning and a lot of cooking, and you have a pretty sizable collection to keep looking nice, this is perfect, the 7.5 ounce. And if you have a Blackstone grill, this is what you really need to keep your Blackstone or flat top griddle looking good, because you use a lot more, even though it goes a long ways. And if you're going to be doing a lot of cooking, especially on the flat top like a Blackstone, the 13 ounce is what you're going to need. It keeps your Blackstone looking good, and a little goes a long ways here as well. But if you're going to be doing a lot of Blackstone cooking or flat top cooking, this is perfect. So that's the rundown of our Easy Beezy cast iron seasoning and the packaging. So I hope that you check this product out. It does a really fine job. And don't forget that Easy Beezy cast iron seasoning is a perfect complement to collect, restore, and use cast iron cookware. Thank you for watching.